Hiya Everybrony, it's James the Pony Theorist, and welcome to episode 5 of Granger, Appleloosa's Most Wanted. Okay, the things I will be grading for this episode are animation, story, characters, continuity, and of course the questions. Okay, first off, we're gonna start with animation. The animation in this episode was actually really good. From Troubleshoes, from his rodeo clown act and the other rodeo clowns acts, they were really funny and they got me to laugh. The bit in Troubleshoot's little shack with bowling balls, that was really funny. It brought back very classic humour from Looney Tunes and other older cartoons, especially ones from Hanna-Barbera. The hay bale stacking competition was really nice. How they animated all the different character reactions between the CMC and Applejack, just the CMC, the town's pony, they were all really, really good. Yeah, for this episode, I'm gonna have to give it a B. A solid B, because the animation, a lot of it wasn't new, but the ones that were really funny, and I loved it. So yeah, B. Well, we're moving on to comedy, and as I just stated, comedy in this episode, there was a bunch of callbacks to really older cartoons like Hanna-Barbera, like Walt Disney, and of course Warner Brothers, from even some of the things that were like little throwaway gags, like Sheriff Silverstar calling for a town meeting and saying, "I called for a town meeting, but not a mob," and then two ponies throwing away a torch and a pitchfork, which got me to giggle. Yeah, there's a few things in this episode that really did make me laugh, and I loved it. It wasn't jam-packed, but it was just enough to make it, okay, this isn't a boring episode. I'm gonna give it a C+, a nice flat C+, yeah. Well, on to characters. Well, the characterization and characters in this episode was really good and better than I expected. Let's start with Troubleshoes. Troubleshoes wasn't, like, he wasn't evil, which a lot of people were worried he was gonna be an evil bad guy and have no motivation other than I am evil and I am doing bad things, but in actuality, he didn't understand his cutie mark, which led to people believing he was a bad pony. I almost said person. Applejack was characterized perfectly to what we believe is her character through and through. Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle and the rest of the CMC, aka Scootaloo, they were all characterized exactly how they should be. Scootaloo realized very early on something, we shouldn't be out here. So did Sweetie Belle, and Apple Bloom had the problem of that I believe she's gotten from her sister, being stubborn and saying, "No, I can do this, I can do this. Oh wait, I can't do this, we're in trouble." Brayburn apparently is characterized as, well, a bit of a... He was actually very much the slapstick comedian, apart from Troubleshoes, he was supposed to be, he was a rodeo clown. But he was taking as much, if not more, than Spike could have in this episode. Yeah, so for the characterization and characters in this episode, I'm going to give this episode... I'm going to give it a B+, because the way they did Troubleshoes and reinforced everyone else's characterization was great and lovely. So, yeah, B+. Good for you, episode. So, the story in this episode really surprised me, from the fact that it was well-paced, it didn't feel slow or boring at many points. Comedy spiced up here and there, spiced everything up. the fact that Troubleshoes wasn't just generic bad guy number 2. Yeah, let's go with 2. The fact that the Cutie Mark Crusaders weren't really trying to get their cutie mark, but it turned out they were helping someone understand their cutie mark. That was really cool. Applejack calling on the fact that the weather pony should have told them that there was going to be a massive storm. That was really funny. Yeah, this episode's story was actually a lot better than I expected. And the flashback that Troubleshoes gave us was really sweet and really cool. I'm gonna have to give this episode's story an A because it surprised me utterly. So yeah, an A for this episode. The only A, and that's from the story. Congratulations to the writer. That writer being Dave Polsky. That's why I like the comedy so much. Good on you, Dave. Well, that's Granger. Episode 5. The only thing I've got to do now is ask you guys questions and say goodbye. Well, it's time for the final grade, and of course, the questions I'm going to give to you. Well, this episode's grade, after using my new calculating system, which I will put in the description, is a B. I'm giving this episode a B because it didn't really do anything wrong, but what it did do right was really good. Now, the questions for all you guys. We have got to go to Appleloosa. Well, we've got to go back. Where would you like to return to next? Maybe Manhattan, maybe to a new place. Where and why? And also, who's your favorite writer? And from that writer, what is your favorite episode? Well guys, that was episode 5 of Granger, Appleloosa's Most Wanted. Another episode down and another episode closer to the hiatus. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope you all answer my questions and I hope to see you next time.